Hi there, welcome to Apple World. And afterward her younger sibling began, conversing with Iger, which was somewhat insane because she was like underage, and everyone had sort of come at me and began going after me. Simply consider it. I'm not guiding you, I'm advising you to contemplate a portion of the stuff. I let you know I see a shaking, actually no doubt each truly wiggling my name, so I realize it's genuine. For what reason does it look so hot? And Angela White, also known as Blac Chyna, is uncovering some surprising and never-before-heard insights concerning her ex-fiance Tyga's unpleasant relationship with underage Kylie Jenner, and she's likewise letting the cat out of the bag on Kris Jenner's part. So it seems like Kris has not in the least never really kept Kylie from dating Tyga, but she truly supported it since she figured it would be great for Kylie's exposure. In the meantime, new subtleties additionally arose about Kris utilizing bigoted language to diss Angela White. This is exacerbating Kris more than she as of now is, and fans are saying she ought to be embarrassed for permitting Tyga to prepare her most youthful girl. Yet, what else did Angela uncover about Kris's part in Tyga and Kylie's unlawful relationship? We should get into it. Tyga's companions had tossed me beyond his home, so everybody knows at this point that Tyga used to date underage Kylie Jenner anyway. Did you have any idea that it was supposedly Kris thought for Kylie to connect with? We're currently hearing from Tyga's ex Angela White, previously known as Blac Chyna, that Kris realized what was happening all along, and she supposedly supported Kylie and Tyga's relationship while simultaneously utilizing her media machine to defame Angela, so Angela brought forth to her child with a Lord Cairo in 2012. And a.k.a. proposed to her a month after the fact. As of now, Tyga and Angela were living respectively in Calabasas, near the Kardashians, and Angela and Kim were dear companions. Now Kylie was 15 years of age in 2012. Yet she really met Tyga the prior year when she was only 14 at her sister Kendall's sweet 16th birthday celebration. She was like, "This is Ken's main tune. She's 15. She's 16 now, she's 60 gracious, alright, okay, get what? You should get, get dreadful. Make it frightful, how about we make it awful? I figure correctly, and only months after the fact Tyga, who was 23 at the time, purportedly began talking to Kylie, mind you. This was 15-year-old Kylie in 2012. It's so charming and tasteful, and it's a particularly extraordinary glance. Around 2014, Taz began showing up on Kylie's web-based entertainment, and Kylie was in many cases seen spending time with Tyga and his companions like 3-Pointer Tunes and Kris Jenner. Colored that very year, a.k.a. severed his commitment with Angela, and unexpectedly the entire Kardashian faction turned on Angela, including Kim. Everybody knew by then that Kylie and Tyga were attaching anyway. The Kardashians and a.k.a. continued to deny it since Kylie was as yet underage. Tyga tweeted in September 2014, "Don't completely accept that the bits of hearsay been companions with the family everlastingly. All of us are simply companions." Soon after Tyga tweeted this, Kris went on Ryan Pulverize show and said Kylie isn't dating anyone, this entire little gathering of children who have been around everlastingly. And I call them kids in light of the fact that generally talking they sort of all movement as a pack, and they appreciate each other's conversation anyway. Tyga wasn't a youngster head. Was 25 at that point, and only months after the fact, Kris permitted Key to welcome Tyga on a vacation to Steve Bart's, and that is when Tyga offered this unpleasant remark around 17-year-old Kylie. "I see a way. J Gling, no doubt everyone J most prominent climb ever." So in the event that Tyga was simply a family companion, would he express something like this about high school? Kylie before everybody, it was clear what was continuing, and Tyga wasn't in any event attempting to conceal it any longer. In February 2015, Tyga posted a photograph of 17-year-old Kylie on Instagram and wrote in the caption, "Your excellence never slips through the cracks. One of the most outstanding, dopest individuals in my life." That very month, Tyga and Kylie were seen going on a progression of dates, including a visit to see 50 Shades of Black, and afterward in April of 2015, Tyga got Kylie's name inked on his arm while Kris was still freely rejecting that Kylie was dating Tyga. Kylie turned 18 in August 2015 anyway. She and Tyga really made their honorary pathway debut with Kris 2 months earlier, and only weeks after Kylie's 18th birthday celebration, she showed up in Tyga's music video for likely quite possibly the creepiest tune in history, Invigorated, which T.A. expounded on Kylie. One of the lines in the melody goes, "She's youthful. I ought to have held up. She's a young lady, canine." Now, with respect to Angela, she began dating Kourtney Kardashian in 2016. And that is when Kris chose to utilize her associations with the organization to get Angela's unscripted TV drama. Blac Chyna dropped Angela later, sued the Kardashians for slander and agreement obstruction, and however the jury controlled the Kardashians didn't malign Angela. They found they tried to pull a fast one, yet no matter what the jury's choice, the vehicle Jenners were certainly doing the most to vilify Angela out in the open, and in confidential, Kris even utilized bigoted language while attempting to obliterate Angela's vocation. It was uncovered in Angela's court reports that Kris informed a network acres after a December 2016 contention among Angela and Kourtney, and she advised them to cite Ditch the Yet that is not all. Kris likewise called the creation organization Vun and Murray Creations, which co-delivered Blac Chyna, and let them know that Angela is moronic and truly ghetto. Angela's legal counselor likewise uncovered that Kim, Kylie, and Chloe all messaged a network leaders separately and forced them to drop Burglarize in China. In the meantime, Angela was weak against the Kris Jenner PR map. Shine and the sensationalist newspapers truly destroyed her and ran a slanderous attack against her for quite a long time by the manner in which, after Kylie left Tyga for Travis Scott, a.k.a. uncovered the vehicle Jenners during a meeting on Nicki Minaj's Sovereign Radio, and he apparently affirmed that Kris urged teen Kylie to date rappers since she gravely believed her should speak to black fans. And it was a great deal of codes being shown. It was like, you can do this, you ought to begin this, you ought to begin doing your hair like this, or you ought to do this. You want individuals of color too, with you, cuz you really want culture, just in the event that you ain't got individuals of color behind you. Ain't got nothing. Now concerning Angela, however much Kris attempted, she didn't figure out how to break her, and Angela is presently at last recounting her side of the story and uncovering how Kris permitted Tyga to prepare Kylie. Angela was, as of late, a visitor on the Contemptible Records webcast, and she uncovered that the second TAA began sneaking around with Kylie, one of Tyga's companions, who, in a real sense, tossed her out of their home. It was really when Tyga's companions tossed me beyond his home. Better believe it. They got my stuff together and placed it in my well. His truck at the time definitely stood by stand by stand by stand. By stand by stand by stand by, no doubt. And you realize I never used to discuss these things. However, I'm similar to you. And you understand how I believe I'm somewhat managed a yacht. And I feel like individuals need to hear like my side anyway. Tyga evidently utilized Kris Jenner's assistance to conceal this from the media and push counterfeit anecdotes about Angela, undermining him simultaneously. Kris didn't actually attempt to disrupt Tyga's unlawful relationship with Kylie. As a matter of fact, it seems like she and the remainder of the family empowered it, and I never truly discussed this until the present time. Me and Kim were truly old buddies. You realize, like, I was on her show and everything like that. We lived in a similar local area, and afterward, her younger sibling began, conversing with Tyga, which was somewhat insane because she was like,